everybody, this is Nanduram and we are from Sonu Academy. Honey. Honey is a sweet, soupy substance produced by honeybees from the nectar of flowers and used by humans as a sweetener and a spread. The honey is compressed of 17 to 20% of water, 76 to 80% of glucose and fructose, pollen, wax and mineral salts. Its composition and color depends upon the type of flowers that supplies the nectar. Let us see the background about honeybees. The honey, golden and sweet, has always been held in high regard. The Bible refers to heaven as the land of milk and honey. In ancient time, honey was considered the food of gods and the symbol of wealth and happiness. It was used as form of sustenance and offered in sacrifice. In the Middle Age, honey was the basis for the production of mead and alcoholic beverage. Beekeeping is one of the oldest forms of animal husbandry. Earlier beekeepers encouraged the establishment of bee colonies in cylinders of bark, reed, straw and mud. However, when the honeycomb was removed from the cylinders, the colonies was destroyed. Every beehive has one queen bee that lay eggs. There are only a few males in the hive. Most of the bees in the hive are worker bees. These worker bees work whole the day. They make the hive and also look after the baby bees. They fly around the flowers in each search of nectar. They collect nectar from the flowers of honey. When one bee finds flowers with the nectar, it does a special kind of dance by which the other bees can know where the nectar flower is. The bee workers are very important for the hive. Without bee workers, there would be no either hive nor any nectar collections. All the bees in the hive would go hungry. The male bees have no special role as workers. Ants live and work together like honeybees. The queen ant lay the eggs. The soldier ants look after and guard the ant's nest. Worker ants are always busy for looking food and bringing it to the nest. Termites and wasps also live like this. Let us see the raw material of honeybee. An average bee colony produces 60 to 100 means 27.2 to 45.4 kg of honey each year. The colonies are divided by three-tier organizations of labor to 50,000 to 70,000 workers, one queen and two drones. Worker bees only live for 3 to 6 weeks. Each one collection about 1 teaspoon of nectar. 1 pound means honey requires of nectar, which requires 2 million flowers to collect this nectar. When the worker bees are brought 20 days old, they leave the hive to collect the nectar. The sweet secretion produced by the glands of flowers. The bee penetrates the flower petals and sucks the nectar out of this tongue and deposits the nectar into honey sac or abdomen. As the nectar journeys through the bee's body, the water is drawn out into the bee's intestine. The bee's glandular system emits enzymes that enrich the nectar. When the worker bees cannot hold any more nectar, she returns to hive. The proceeds nectar now on its way to become honey. It deposits into empty honeycomb cells. Other bee workers inject the honey, adding more enzymes and further repining the honey. When the honey is fully repinned, it is deposited into a honeycomb cell one last time and capped with a thin layer of bee wax. Let us see the manufacturing process of honeycombs. The honeycombs were removed from hive. How they removed? Let us see how they were removed. To remove the honeycombs, the beekeepers don a wheeled helmet and protect gloves. There are several methods for removing these combs. The beekeepers may simply weep the bees of the combs and guide them back into the hive. Alternatively, the beekeeper injects a puff of smoke into the hive. The bees, sensing the presence of fire, gorge themselves on honey in an empty to take as much as they can with them before somewhat tranquillified by encouragement, the bees are less likely to sting when the hive is opened. The third method of employers has a separator board to close the honey chamber from the brood chamber. When the bees in the honey chamber discover that they have been separated from their queen and they move through a hatch that allows them to enter the brood chamber but not re-enter the honey chamber. The separate of this brood chamber is instead approximately 2 to 3 hours before the honeycomb is to be removed. These are the processes that take place when the honeybee is prepared and the honeybees should be take care of while preparing this honey. Thank you. This is Nanduram and we are from Sonu Academy.